everyone, Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my pleasure to introduce you today to Gina Ann. How you doing, Gina?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I'm going to just do a quick biography about you and then we'll come back to you. Okay?
Perfect.
So, Gina Ann, bridging spirituality, storytelling, and transformation. Some stories emotionally entertain, others heal. Gina Ann's stories do both, offering children and adults a clear path to self discovery, resilience, and joy. Raised in Aledo, Texas, Gina's imagination and intuitive gifts took root in a childhood filled with adventure, including unusual companion, her pet alligator, Charlie. I love that early sense of wonder and connection to the unseen world would shape her lifelong passion for storytelling, healing, and transformation. Today, Gina is a psychic medium, spiritual counselor, actor, and published children's author with over 30 years of experience helping others to trust again, reconnect with their inner child, and embrace their highest potential. And it goes on and on. And I know you have quite an extensive background. So thank you for joining us today. Lots of questions for you.
Yeah. The most creation or the best creation I've ever done is a mom to my son and daughter. They give me the inspiration and they're my lifeline.
Yeah, being a mom's the best. And I'm actually a grandma too, so I get the best of both.
Oh, wonderful.
I know.
Wonderful.
So let's start, Gina. How did this all get started? I know you would have a spiritual journey, and we talked a little bit before the show about your background. So let's go there first.
Sure. Again, I'm a mom and I was a special education teacher in Palos Verdes Estates for over 18 years, ranging from preschool to high school, everything from autism to assault, addiction, which led me getting a master's in spiritual psychology and certified in life coaching, tapping, EMDR, Imago Therapy, other modalities, again, just to be always in service to others. I'm an inner child specialist. When I am reading or we are in a session together, I go right to the umbilical cord. We have to go, that's the root. That's where first life came in. I also write children's books. I write,
Yeah.
she's JoJo, a series. She's a fairy angel and she's from the galaxy, The Wings of Children. I love the state of imagination. I love acting, being on set, being either in front of the camera or behind the camera. It's the story.
Yeah.
We all have a story. My story is your story. And I feel like we're all doing our best to reach the same goal of peace and joy and abundance. It's always love, health, and wealth.
I like that, Gina. Very well done. If we circle back a little bit. So were an educator, and then you went and got a master's in spirituality. I think that's incredible. What would make you step over to spirituality in that you're already working in the field and now you're adding that? That's very interesting to me.
It depends what my idea of spirituality is created by us. And like for religion, it's created by someone else. I love all religions. I love all the traditions and customs. And again, I think for me, religion is different stories, different symbols, but same heartbeat. So when I went into getting a master's in spiritual psychology, it's an education that is really getting in touch with our inner soul and what our purpose is, our soul purpose. It's a higher purpose, it's consciousness. And I love the science. I always say I love when the science procreates with the woo woo, the shakalaka. That's where the magic is. Again, we've come here to evolve our soul.
That's actually fascinating. So you work with children and you work with young adults. And so you add this sort of element to it. Is that the idea, or am I on the right path, Gina?
Yes, no, I work with adults, children. I work, like I said, as a teacher for children, but
Sure.
it branched to the inner child of everyone. My youngest client is 3, my oldest is 89. So there's a wide range. And even at 89, I can see the inner child. I can see the dynamic in which they fell in their childhood and how it took root and how their relationships and how their steps in life came to be. And a lot of people, when they come to me, again, it's an integration of all the tools, blending spirituality, such an overused buzzword, and
I see.
science, psychology. So I think you get the best of both worlds. And again, it's not cookie cutter. Whoever's in front of me it's personalized, it's feeling them. I can tap into you. Here's another buzzword, empathic, right? We all can feel. I knew I was very sensitive as a child. I saw my son at 12 years old. I knew I was going to be a mom. It's what I dreamed of, being a mom. I saw my son. I have a daughter as well. I knew there was going to be another one, but I saw my son vividly at 12. I didn't even know anything about anything. I drew him. I'm like, oh, this is what he's going to look like. And then obviously 13 years later, 14 years later, Christopher looked like him. And then I knew I was going to have a girl, Megan. How did I know? I just knew. And I knew things I didn't know I had the abilities. I was always fascinated with gypsies and psychics and
Right.
fortune tellers, all that other world, because I could hear things and feel things. But I thought, oh, it's just my imagination.
I
What?
think a lot of people do that, don't
Yeah.
you, Gina? Because I know I certainly have. I've thought, you have something called deja vu. You think, have I done this before? Or do I remember this from something or something? You just know when you know, but you pass it off to, oh, it's just a thought. But honestly, I think we do know, don't we? A lot of things. We just don't develop, I think, that sense like you have.
Yeah, honestly, you hit the key word. When you have a knowing, there's no question about it. Like everyone says, I believe is great, but believe keeps is like keeping it out in the ethers. When you know
Right.
there's closure to it. And yes, I can feel you. Like my hands are tingling. You've been in service to others. I can see your timeline. I can
Oh,
see in the dynamic in which you go mother, father, mother, father. Your mom was a big influence in your life. It doesn't mean your dad was not. You look like him. There's a similarity of things. So I can see, and you paid attention to everything. I saw you dreaming.
you saw
Sometimes
all of this,
I'm
Gina?
seeing, like I could see it, but you know,
You can?
yeah, I felt like you had very vivid dreams as a child, and sometimes they went away when life got too overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed with life. Like I feel a lot of emotion. I feel like a lot of things were stuck in your throat. You're a very eloquent speaker. This is why you do, but this is what you are opening up of telling your truth, of your vulnerability. You tried to make everybody happy.
I do. You know
And
what?
that's
It's so funny because Gina, I've had a few people on here that are intuitive like you are, and you can't believe it. You're like the third person who said my throat. Everybody's talking about my throat. I don't know what this is all about.
it just feels closed up, but you still have more to do and more to say of bringing your
Oh,
truth.
I see. Because honestly, you're all saying I have to watch my throat, and I'm like, and not speaking out more or something. And I
Well,
thought, this is weird.
you do. You're, like I said, you speak very well, and this is what you
Thank
do.
you.
But you're showing me energetically, or is like there is more for you to say and to deep. It was suppressed. I'll say it was repressed when you were younger.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
for sure. That is for sure.
I feel a strongly. So when I go through your timeline, you've really opened that space up for
Oh, thank
yourself.
you.
So,
Thank you.
and more
And
to,
you're empathetic too. I can tell I'm not a psychic, but I can tell that you care about people for sure.
oh, yeah, yeah. And sometimes, like they say, it's a blessing and a curse because you open your heart. And when you can picture sometimes, especially when you're in a relationship, it's like sometimes you just want to be and not see the whole picture and have all the compassion cards all the time.
Yeah, I think that's yes. I think people who are empathetic have that issue because most people I know that are empathetic and they have a need for bonding and love and caring. They certainly do have that side of them. They all have the same characteristics, I think, if that's fair, Gina. And then they also take in other people's energy. Not a bad way, actually in a really good way, but it's probably bad for them because they're always worrying about them or always thinking about them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I teach people and myself, what I really try to practice what I preach. And because the tools do work, it's just sometimes when we're in an emotional attachment, we get detached from it. So a lot of empaths, you're empathic as well. We have to clear ourselves off because it would become too overwhelming and we become very fatigued with it. Sometimes I could do 5 readings a day or 10 readings a day. I have to clear that. I have to go take a shower, take a walk, because it's like you got to clear all that energy.
I always wondered how you guys do that. You have so much going on there. And now it's hard enough for me to have my own life to worry about. And I have my family, I worry about them all the time. And then I think, boy, if I had to worry about all the spirits and the thoughts that are going through my head, it must be very difficult. You have to clear that out and say, okay, I've had a long day and you got to go to sleep and you can't have all of this kind of floating around out there. Would that make sense, Gina?
Absolutely. And that's why I just clear myself up because I've done it so long that I
Yeah,
can. Even when things are happening with us, of course, being a mom and a parent is a different entity. There's always that
yeah,
worry and love and
yeah.
want for our children. So we have to put it on the side burner so we can be present with who's in front of us. And that's sometimes that's very difficult. And it's amazing. I could have a migraine or things are happening in my life, put aside, and then completely be focused in, and then it comes swooshing back, right?
Yeah, because I think I do that too. I can be living a life and be crazy busy, and then all of a sudden I'm in a podcast and I love this talk show so much and I love my guests so much. I'm it's like showtime and a switch goes on and I'm undivided attention to that person I'm speaking to. I'm in the conversation and I love it. But you're right, as soon as I'm done, I'm on to other things. And it's very, when you're doing something you love and you have an intuitive character and thoughts like that, where you're doing something honestly that is just igniting you and giving you desire and you're helping other people. That's a big one for me. I love to help people. So that just energizes me. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking that's you too, Gina.
absolutely. No, we're supposed to meet, right? So we're
Yeah,
exchanging and everything. You have a very, what I call strong inner child. You like to have fun. You like to make people happy and feel good. This is why your show, you embody that. You embody that light and that goodness.
oh, thank you. But I get great guests like you guys. It goes both ways, right?
That's why how we're supposed to meet, how we came into, how did I find your pay? How, it just, there's no happenstance.
It's true. And I have people, when you're doing your work, I'm sure you have people all over the world that you're working with. And I also do. And what I find fascinating too in a technical world, you're right. I was supposed to meet these people. I've met people in Iceland, in Australia, in, oh my gosh, beautiful countries, the UK, everywhere, United States. I love them all. It's just amazing. All the warm people around the world that are drawn into that moment when you're doing this. Gina, you're absolutely right. It's become a spiritual global world. How's that?
Yes, exactly. We're all the same. Again, doesn't matter where you are, we're all reaching for the same heartbeat.
Exactly. Now, I know you have a family. So, with this talent that you have, are you able to guide them through life or do you use those skills and techniques?
That's funny. I do, but I can't read my children, even myself, as I can read
Oh,
other people. I always tell people it's like a cardiologist. The best cardiologists in the world can't perform surgery on themselves.
no.
Of course, I can feel and see, but it's difficult because I have this emotional attachment and pull. And when we're in that emotional state of worry, and of course, I guide as a parent. And yes, there are things I can see if they ask me about a person, I can feel that. But Mom, what, how do you think this is going to turn out? I'm like, oh, I guess I want it so bad for you. I don't know. Or can you feel someone else? It's like you can't, you're emotionally attached. No, I can't read myself or the ones I love as much when they're in distress because that's where the emotional heart goes, oh, I
Yeah,
want
and
them.
you block out everything because now you're focused on them and it has nothing to do with the spirit world anymore. It's about them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I can understand that.
I'm not, and I know my kids will like, oh my gosh, how did you read? I go, I don't know. Meaning it's hard to read you guys because you're my children. There's
Right.
such a deep connection there that what I call veils it.
Oh, very good. Now, I want to ask you, how do you know? So we're talking here, and I haven't asked you to do anything. You just came out with a few things that you observed. But how do you know? Let's say there's someone around. I don't know what you hear or see, but let's say there's someone around me. I asked this before. How do you know it's about me? Is it something you have to maneuver through, or how do you know it's not coming from your neighbor or from some? You know where I'm going with this.
I know what you mean. So, for example, because I'm just with you, when someone comes in, I couldn't, as soon as I got on and I saw the red cardinal,
Yes.
that is reminiscent of someone from your ancestors. And I kept getting grandmother, grandpa, like a grandmother energy.
Oh, I actually got it because of my husband. So thank
And
you.
that,
Yeah.
but I saw cardinal, and that's who I kept going, wow, there's a reminder. And it's a great grandmother that
Oh,
came through, mother,
oh,
father, mother.
nice. My great grandmother. That's interesting.
So all my left side like tingles, and it's wow, there's something about that that's very magical. Great, you got it for your husband. That's wonderful. I couldn't, I kept being drawn. How do I know it's for you? Because it was attached to you. And I was like, oh, what a great message. Like I feel it's like I said, a great grandmother doesn't even mean that you didn't have to meet her. There's something you're very similar with her. And you can ask her, ask anyone you want, or go
Yeah,
back or
yeah.
look at photos. There's a similarity with you and your great grandmother, not grandmother, great.
No, I appreciate that. I actually think there was something to do with my
Oh,
great grandmother. So that's very interesting, Gina. My
just a
husband,
mess.
yeah, no, I bring it up often because it's part of my trauma world, but my husband passed away. So that's why I got that for him.
You,
But you're right. I see cardinals all the time. I know other people do too. And it's this time of year that cardinals come out, but I definitely am in tune when I hear them and I see them when I'm on my walk. It does fill my heart. So there may be a connection to the cardinal world with my ancestors, very possible. And I actually did always think I never knew my great grandmother, but my mother talked about her quite often. And I always felt there was a connection there. I truly did.
see, you can't make this up. I know nothing about you. I didn't. And
Not a
this is what
thing.
you're asking how I know. Honestly, there's no logic to it. It's
No.
just like it. And even when you said your husband, I got chills. And he shows me his forearms. I don't know why. There's something his forearms very strong, but very he I don't know why the forearms. He just keeps showing his forearms.
Yeah.
It's like you could brace. There was something comforting.
Thank you. He was a great man, a great man.
Yeah, very
Honestly.
low. He has a great smile. Like it feels crooked. I don't know what he looks like. Just like he's smiling right now. He's very
Always smiling.
yeah, yeah. He's very happy. He had a lot that went on his childhood, but he says he made through mother, father, yeah, a lot with the dad. But he does watch over you. He is showing me you guys did something with cooking or eating, or he enjoyed. It's not sweet. He likes real food.
Yeah.
He likes
He
food.
loves food.
Real food. Because usually I taste, and he is always beside you. The cardinal, he loves the painting. It's like you two are together in that too. But the cardinal, I kept seeing your great grandmother come in, which is interesting.
Oh, that's great. No, that's great. And I didn't ask you for any of this, so I appreciate it. I want everyone to know I never met you before and we never discussed this. So that was very good of you. I'm not spiritual. I'm certainly not. I don't have gifts like you do, but I definitely have a sensitivity. So I'm open-minded enough to think I believe in there's something after this world. And I don't know what, but I like to think that the love of my family, the people I love dearly that I lost, care about me too. Yeah, of course. And I think there's something after this world. I don't have any answers, but I definitely think there's something. I had you on this show, Gina, because I had asked out there of people who do have more of a sensitivity to spirituality, who are more experienced and more experts with it. Because a lot of people, I think, I know, have a lot of questions because they ask me. They say, Teresa, can you have someone on the show that could talk about these things? So I don't like to bring it back to me all the time. It seems like that sometimes, but it's about the relationship that I have with my audience. I want to bring them people that they're interested in. And Gina, you came on graciously to share that with them, and that's what they're looking for.
You're the connector, of course. You're the
Mm.
messenger, and that's why the word spirituality and being spiritual, you have the essence. Spirituality is soul. You do have a soul. You have a kind, loving soul. Again, you didn't ask me to do it. I didn't. It comes
No.
out like spiritual Tourette's. I hear it, I see it, and I'm supposed to deliver a message. And
Do you see images or do you see people? What do you see?
images like I saw your husband in pants,
Okay, good.
like shorts. I saw him in pants. I saw him sitting, and I saw him. He's just very much comfortable in his space, in his
Oh,
body.
yeah. Oh, yes, he is.
And I got him, and I saw like a brown or a tan pant. Like
All the
that's what.
time.
Oh my
All
God! See, I could have said jeans. I could see. I got chills from head to toe, and that's my, I guess, sign that it's real. I can't make that up. I know not. We
No,
have.
I know.
This is the first time we've spoken,
It is.
and
No, thank you. My husband was wonderful. He certainly, yes, he was a wonderful man, very together, very confident, and loved the outdoors, loved to be
that's great.
together. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. So
and
you hit that right on. That's okay. And
yeah, and
yeah,
that's why I in the essence of God, whatever your God is,
yeah.
whatever sacred it is. I work in the essence of God. I am not God. I cannot predict your future. I can just see timelines. And I can go backwards. I can see you in utero. I can see, I think that's why I've worked with children. I love children, I have something with children, but we're all children. We are all children. See, it makes me emotional because that's why I love the inner child. And I'm grateful to have met you. And I didn't even ask questions. I just knew you were, I knew. I'm like, wow, you're so good. I felt it. This was through Facebook. I don't, with algorithms, I don't even know how we met, but we did. And I can just feel you were authentic and true. And there's nothing to gain from this except us being in union with one another and have the desire to assist others.
That's the big thing, I think for me, and I know you do too, Gina. And yes, we met on the social media, and I say that all the time. I know people say things about social media that you gotta, that there's crazies out there. I'm sure there is, but you know what? 99% of the people that I've met on Facebook have become amazing. Some friends I've never met in person, but I've met online, and I worry about them if something happens, or they worry about me if I post something. They take the time to say, "Hey, I'm listening," or "I care." Boy, it's crazy, but you don't know these people. But I do the same thing. I think, oh, I know her. I talked to her on a podcast, or I saw her notes on the group that I belong to. She means something in my world, and I like to give words of encouragement there. And you know what, Gina, I think the internet, for especially my age group, I know you're a lot younger than me, but we did not grow up with that. And so here we are. I think about my parents when they were getting older, and we had left home. They weren't isolated, but they didn't have a social life the same as we're doing now. And I think the internet has opened up a social life for people. Would that be fair?
Yes, I feel that is true. Also, there is an abuse of power in it as
There
well.
is. I
But
understand.
there is something to say about not having social media because I feel marriages and
Fair
relationships, they
enough.
could concentrate on each other and really work towards resolving and being together. Like now it's so easy. There's such a plethora of because social media and dating sites. It's, oh, I'll just get out of this so I can go to this.
Yeah,
There's not
there's a negative side. I understand that, Gina. I
and
do.
there's that's the balance of, like I said, people stay together because they worked at it. They didn't have the social media where it's, oh, I could just go wander over here.
Yeah, I do I actually know people who met on the internet and actually married and are quite happy. So there's two sides. You're absolutely right. There's a scary
But
side, and everybody should be aware of that. I understand that. And you know what? I suppose I would never be naive enough to think that, because we certainly know there's people out there that are not kind souls. So I get that. But for the most part, I think a lot of the people I've met on the internet have been just very genuine and very kind, just like yourself.
yeah, it's a thank you. It's a great guide and a great tool like astrology and palmistry
Yeah,
and religion. They're great guides. And again, social media is amazing. It's a great connector. It's such a great connector,
it sure
especially
is.
where it's been a lifesaver to be able to look at you. Can you imagine if we had that? Like my mom and dad had that with their parents, they didn't have that.
Yeah.
Even phone calls, it cost you to call long distance
I know,
with
right?
a
Or you
fortune.
had to call on Saturday and Sunday back when I was
Yes,
growing
yeah, exactly.
up. So it is what it is. If you wanted to call long distance, you had to wait till Saturday noon till Sunday at 6. There was a little commercial that used to do that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, Gina, I know. Now, I know you have social media. If people want to reach out to you, Gina, what's the best place to get you?
I'm what I call old fashioned. You can go to my website and just call me. I
Oh,
know it's crazy. People go, you just give your number. I'm like, yes.
we used to be in
I
the phone book, Gina.
exactly. So you just reach me at my phone number, I can give my website and no, that's the easiest way. And I will get back to you. If I don't, it's because I'm in session, I'm with my family, or I'm taking a walk, or but that's really the easiest way.
Now, I have another question. Where do you see your business going in the next 5 years, or your counseling going?
I feel it's going to expand and keep growing. My dream is to always continue this and work until my last breath and play. I'm a big proponent of play, and my dream is for JoJo, my character, my book, to become an animation and a TV
Oh,
series
nice.
because my work and JoJo, they're the same. JoJo is my inner child.
Oh,
And
okay.
my books, yes, they're children's books, but I've been to St. Jude, I've been on Skid Row, I worked at domestic violence shelters. They're for everybody. There's a message between. So my dream is for her to become and help others.
Do you happen to have a copy of that book in front of you? Just wondering.
Oh, I have four of them in my fifth one. Let me go get her. Hold on one
Please
second.
do.
They're right next to me. Hold on here. Look, it's like an intermission, like the old commercials.
No,
My
I
first
can edit this out. We're good.
oh,
Just move it over just a little bit more, Gina. No, the other way. Sorry, thank you. The other way. Yeah, there. Oh no, Jojo. Okay, now we know. Oh, that's a cute cover too.
yes, and
There you go.
Oop,
And again, the same thing, move it over. And what is the
oop.
title on that one?
That is JoJo and Bayou Billy Frog.
Oh,
Oop.
nice. Okay, go ahead.
One is after my son. Christo, the back is Christopher because he loves Batman and bats and he's the protector.
Oh, I love it.
And JoJo joins the sea show. That's my daughter Megan. She's Bobo, Sea Angel Bobo.
Oh, I love it.
And then my fifth one is in editing right now and
Sure.
publication. Hay House published it, and it's JoJo Rides the Rails. I hopped a freight train 10 years ago.
What?
I'm not encouraging people to do that. Yes, and read Mark Twain on it. And so it's about JoJo hopping a freight train and meeting these generosity of spirits, and they're always critters. And I like to I grew up in Texas, so
Sure.
Alligator Charlie is in one of my books.
I read that at the beginning. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I grew up in Texas, Aledo, Texas, and there was an alligator in one of the tanks, and I used to go and write poetry and talk to Charlie and throw him the crust of the bread. We couldn't waste the other bread, but I could give the crust of the bread. And I know
Oh,
when I think about it, I'm like, Charlie could have come out but he was my friend.
oh, I love it. I did read that. I thought, oh, that's different.
Yeah. And there were snakes, and so I like to reframe the things that we're scared of and turn them into positive. So
Sure.
Naga, vegan chef, it's a snake, and these are all what I call generosities of spirits, and that come across our path, like you and I. We're
Yes.
and we want to do good for others.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well done. I commend you for everything that you've done, and you're helping the world with your children's books, and you took on some wonderful paths that most people wouldn't take on, and you're very successful at it, and you're such a kind person. It was really great to meet you and have you today on the show, Gina.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful that we're connected. Now we're connected forever. So
We
I'm
certainly
always
are.
anything I can do for you or with you. I This was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Gina, I have one more question.
Okay.
Will you come back and do another episode?
Yes. Yes, of course. It
I
would
would
be my
love you to do that. I know you have some things in the works. So when you do, let me know. Let's put it on the calendar and let's have you back. We'll have some more questions and you can talk about your new project.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'd be happy to have you back, Gina. And absolutely, we became wonderful friends over Facebook, and here we are connected today and forever. I That was very kind of you. So thank you again, Gina. Now to everyone, this is Gina Ann. I'll have all of her information here for you. All you have to do is go in there. You'll know her social media. You'll be able to give her a call if you want to have her talk to you. She's a lovely lady, and as you can tell, has a big heart. So thank you again, Gina. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. Please subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye bye now.